People who became successful after the age of 40, Part 12, Robert Noyce. Robert Noyce, often called the mayor of Silicon Valley, was a visionary engineer and entrepreneur whose work reshaped technology and modern life. He co-founded two of the most influential companies in computing, Fairchild Semiconductor and Intel, and played a central role in creating the microchip. While his brilliance was evident early, it was after the age of 40 that Noyce's most important achievements took shape, cementing his legacy as one of the greatest innovators of the 20th century. Early life and education. Robert Norton Noyce was born on December 12, 1927, in Burlington, Iowa. He grew up in a small Midwestern town, the son of a congregational minister. From childhood, Noyce showed a fascination with how things worked. He built model airplanes, repaired radios, and once constructed a working airplane with his brothers. He attended Grinnell College, where his talent for physics and mathematics was obvious. He went on to earn a doctorate in physics from the Massachusetts Institute of Technology, MIT, in 1953. Noyce's combination of scientific knowledge and entrepreneurial energy set him apart from many of his peers. Early career in electronics. After MIT, Noyce worked at Philco Corporation and later joined William Shockley, co-inventor of the transistor, at the newly formed Shockley Semiconductor Laboratory in California. However, Shockley's poor management drove several of his young engineers away. In 1957, Noyce and 7 others, later called the Traitorous Eight, left to form Fairchild Semiconductor. At Fairchild, Noyce made one of his most important contributions, co-inventing the integrated circuit microchip independently of Jack Kilby at Texas Instruments. This breakthrough allowed multiple electronic components to be placed on a single piece of silicon, revolutionizing electronics. Radios, televisions, and eventually computers could now be made smaller, faster, and cheaper. By his mid-30s, Noyce was already recognized as a gifted innovator, but it was after 40 that he would help create the company that defined the digital age. The turning point, founding Intel after 40. In 1968, at the age of 41, Noyce co-founded Intel Corporation with Gordon Moore. Their vision was to develop semiconductor memory and processors that could transform computing. At the time, computers were still bulky and expensive, accessible mainly to large organizations. Noyce and Moore believed integrated circuits could bring computing to businesses, homes, and eventually pockets. Noyce's leadership style set Intel apart. Unlike the rigid hierarchies of older corporations, he created a culture of openness and collaboration. Employees could speak freely, dress casually, and take initiative. This culture became the blueprint for Silicon Valley startups, influencing companies like Apple, Google, and countless others. Intel's rise and the microprocessor revolution. Under Noyce's leadership, Intel introduced the first commercially available microprocessor, the Intel 4004, in 1971. This tiny chip packed the power of a computer's central processing unit into a small package. The invention of the microprocessor made personal computers possible. Throughout the 1970s and 1980s, Intel became a cornerstone of the computer industry. The company's chips powered the first wave of personal computers, including IBM PCs, and set the stage for the digital revolution. Noyce, now in his 40s and 50s, was not just an engineer but a guiding force behind one of the most transformative technologies in history. Mentor and leader of Silicon Valley. Noyce's influence went beyond Intel. He became known as a mentor to younger entrepreneurs, including Steve Jobs of Apple. Jobs admired Noyce's balance of technical genius and practical leadership. Noyce's guidance helped shape how Silicon Valley grew, not just technologically, but culturally. Colleagues called him the mayor of Silicon Valley because of his generosity with advice, his ability to bring people together, and his role in creating the cooperative spirit of the region. His management style, emphasizing trust and innovation, became the template for countless startups. Later, life and legacy. Noyce continued to serve as Intel's CEO until 1975 and remained active in leadership roles afterward. In 1988, President Ronald Reagan awarded him the National Medal of Technology. He later co-founded the Semiconductor Industry Association, working to ensure the United States maintained leadership in technology. Tragically, Robert Noyce died suddenly of a heart attack on June 3, 1990, at the age of 62. His passing cut short the life of a man who had already reshaped the world. The lesson of Noyce's life. Robert Noyce's story demonstrates how years of preparation can lead to monumental achievements after 40. His early failures and successes at Fairchild gave him the experience needed to launch Intel. By starting Intel in his 40s, he showed that midlife can be the beginning of one's most significant contributions. He combined scientific creativity with leadership that empowered others. His life proves that innovation is not only about invention, but also about building organizations and cultures that allow ideas to thrive. Conclusion. Robert Noyce helped create the modern digital age, but his defining work came after 40, when he co-founded Intel and ushered in the microprocessor revolution. His leadership, vision, and mentorship shaped not only one company, but the entire culture of Silicon Valley. His story reminds us that success is not bound by youth. Sometimes the greatest breakthroughs come when decades of experience and vision converge at just the right moment. Kindly subscribe to this channel